flat out. Some of you should be looking to date some single moms. Hear me out. If you're constantly complaining about the quality of women that are available to you, right? The fact that there are women out there who have kids may allow you to step up in the quality of women that you normally wouldn't be interested in. I mean, I'm just saying, I wouldn't take it off the table. Welcome back to Money, Marriage, and Media, and it has been a minute, but I've been working. Your boy been working. That's where I've been at. I've been at, man. Whoo, it's been some 90-hour work weeks, but we're back on YouTube, and make sure that you join the channel membership because there is exclusive content that you will only see by being a member. Now we need to move forward, right? So for those of you that are here for the first time and those of you who hadn't been here in a while, this channel is pro-marriage, and I am pro-marriage. So who am I? I'm just an average guy who's married, got kids. Yeah, nothing special. That being said, we're going to move on with the Lapeef experience. I think this show is She Critique. The title of this is, Would You Marry a Woman That Has a Child? Seems like I go through these videos. I see them like every week, multiple times, the same topics. I think I've reviewed content like this a couple times. But for those of you who are new out there, hey, let's get it going.
So what happened to y'all nature about wanting to take care of family, take care of a woman? How come that doesn't?
I'm not protecting another nigga kid.
No, hold on, mistaken. This is where I'm gonna give you some African shit, okay? When a woman divorces her husband in other cultures like Africa, and you get married to another man, you have to give his kids to him, to the original father. If you're gonna start a family with that other man, you cannot, like, basically put it to you like this: if my wife divorces me today, gets married to another dude, my son calls me on the phone and says, "This dude beat me and my eye is bleeding." You got a casualty in that house that day. You cannot discipline another man's kid. This is my domain. This DNA is my domain. We are territory. I will literally delete somebody over my children. So you have to realize that you cannot put a scratch on another man's biological property. That is the boundary. So you might as well give those children to him. They are his. Then you see what I'm saying? And go start a new family with that dude.
You know, that makes sense. If the original couple was intentional. But let's face it, too many times, especially in our community, where it's the guy doesn't want kids, but he's not protecting himself, and then all of a sudden, the woman gets pregnant, and he doesn't want the child, but she does. So in the confines of a marriage, I understand where Trigger Mike is coming from, but the majority of the time when we have children born outside of wedlock, very rarely is it that both parents want the kid. So, yeah.
So in your culture, then do you allow the stepmother to discipline the kid, or do the biological mother have a right to come delete her?
Not if sure.
I'm just asking.
We can do it, but there's boundaries. Like I said, there's boundaries. And when it comes to men, though, men have a way higher propensity for violence. Women aren't even the disciplinarians anyway, right? They're the nurturers. So yeah,
when it comes to somebody else disciplining their kids, they do. They turn up. We see it all the time at school.
Sure. You can be territorial. You know what? I'm gonna actually disagree. You know what women disagree over? Somebody being nice to their kid, and that kid looking at them like they're their mom. That's what I see women fight over. Or I've seen a child accidentally call her stepmom mom, and the mom fucking flip, try to fight her. You know what I mean? So I see that more often than the discipline thing, to be honest.
Listen, I'll come slightly to the defense of this mindset. I think men and women are attracted to mothers and fathers. Like, a man is going to be Because think about it. There's a lot of women that got kids that got men, right?
Mhm.
And she's attractive enough and stuff like that. So the qualities of, because even if she doesn't have kids, what are we also looking for?
So, in other words, he's talking about something that I've mentioned several times on this channel, the fact that relationships are about balance. So, being a single mom is not a death sentence. What it means, though, is that you got to bring some balance to the fact that you already have a kid or kids to the man that you're looking to marry or you see as a potential husband. So, yeah, I agree with that.
For. We're looking for a good mother for our children. So motherly qualities, if you're already exuding them because you already have a kid and you're exuding those qualities, I think it's still attractive to men. Just like for women, seeing a father and him operating in that mode is also going to be attractive to them. However, I think that when it comes to if the opposite sex, so if a man sees a woman with a kid, there's conditions that makes him feel better about that situation. Versus on the opposite side, I think when women see fathers, they don't really care about the other situation. They just care about him being a father. Because if a brother sees a child that's not his, he gonna start asking questions. One, how attractive is she? And then the second thing he gonna ask, all right, where the father at? Is he around? Is he still smashing her? Is he in the child's life? Because most guys, like, for us to want to take care of something, another child from somebody else, we need to make sure that that's our child and not this other person's child if we're going to embark on that journey.
Well, I got some pushback for you. I agree. There are a lot of women with kids that have a man. There are a lot more that have kids that don't have a man, and the numbers back that up. We don't want to take care of another person's biological property. There's a difference between busting a chick down, because that's kind of what you see as a man when you see a single mom. You're like, you're right. You weigh it. Is the man in the picture? Oh, he's not. I'm not gonna take care of that kid, but I'll bust it down. We like men are notorious, especially
You
in this society, are notorious.
So, um, here's the thing. The question is that men are going to do that anyway, whether she has a kid or not. Men who are just looking for sex. I think HD was referring more to, he probably should have mentioned it. I think he was referring more to men who are marriage minded. Whereas the AP is just talking about most guys who are just out there looking for sex. There is a difference. If a man is looking to have a family, then he is weighing, he's doing the cost benefit analysis. At least he should be, because again, marriage is a big commitment. It's a big step, and there's a lot that you're putting on the line. So,
For busting down single moms
you,
and not marrying them and not committing to them.
Look,
you know
can
what
I,
I
can I just add, as a single mom, can I also add those group of women who just don't want to be dating around their kids? Some people are particular about the people they have around their children, and they don't want to date.
yeah,
Not every single mom is in the
it's
street.
just you, Shane. It's just you.
So one thing I say about
These
I
single
doubt
moms be
moms,
out
that.
here throwing their back. La, la, la.
I doubt
what
that.
That-
And
what
let me
one thing
just say,
one thing I say
it
about
ain't that hard to find a stepdaddy.
one thing I say about single moms is in this day and age, if somebody looked like really good online, I would check to see if they had kids to make sure it's a woman. Cause yeah, they out here tricking people.
oh
They out here
man,
Now,
tricking people.
Marcus,
Especially in Atlanta.
I know you're married,
whoa! Did y'all catch what he was talking about? Marcus, you a fool for that one, brother. Oh man.
but if let's say you were, would you date a woman who had kids? Well, married. Let me rephrase that, because I think a lot of men date women with kids. Would you marry a woman that had a child?
Who are you talking to?
I look. So whatever the market I could attract dictated, I would choose from that. So if ideally,
I agree.
Ideally, if the woman I want would not talk to me, if she didn't have kids, then I would have to date the person with kids. But ideally, I would want to start my family from scratch because I plan.
You know what? I agree with Marcus 100%. Again, having a kid is not a death sentence, but what you're gonna have to do is start adding value in other ways. And we talk about this on the show. Is she marriageable? You've got 6 categories: fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive, childless. Okay, you got a kid. Well, you still got 5 other categories that most men are looking for. If you're looking for an average man, the average man is only looking for 3. Now, you still got to figure out which 3 he's looking for. I mean, realistically, my advice to the ladies has traditionally been, whichever 3 you're the best at, find a guy who's looking for those 3 things. But yeah, I agree with Marcus. It's what the marketplace. It's what the marketplace is giving you. If the type of woman that you're looking for is not giving you the time of day right now, yeah, it might be that she has to have a kid in order for her to to be willing to look your way. In that case, yeah. I mean, the more attractive the woman is, the more you're going to have to give up as far as what's on your list to build a relationship with her. That's just the way it goes. I mean, the more you're going to have to, because this is ultimately the problem when you're looking for an 8, 9, or a 10, and these women are on this upper echelon of beauty standards. Well, in order for you as an average man to marry a woman like that, that's on that level, there's going to have to be some drawbacks. So you've got to, again, relationships are about balance.
Being there and having my kids all together, no matter what the situation is.
I'm speaking from a situation of you already having kids. Like if you already had, let's say, I don't want to say God forbid your wife passes, but I know y'all not going to divorce. So that's the only way that I can. But so she passes and you have your kid. Would you be open to dating other people with kids, or you would still look for somebody who doesn't have any children?
That's a great question. And we've heard it on these panels and shows that, if I have kids, I would consider somebody who has kids also. But, this ain't 1970s TV where you just have the Brady Bunch and everybody gets along. You also got to think about family integration, family dynamics. How is this going to break down? The one example I can think of is unfortunately Steve Harvey, because when he talked about when him and his wife Marjorie first got together, the girls were like, no. So that's ultimately something that you have to deal with. That's tough.
I really think it depends on. I probably ideally would live with somebody that don't got kids.
Yeah, I mean, it
would depend a whole lot. I heard a dude talking about this before about the father, because like the type of father I am, a misunderstanding with my kids can be a real issue, and I'm sure it's other men out here who feel that same way. So it's some things you just want to avoid, because kids can be mad over any reason. They might want you to be back with the other father, or they birth father, and create friction right there, and that cause a problem to get him and you and him shooting at each other or whatever.
That's a good point.
If I had to choose that way, I wouldn't not date them. But if I have a choice, I'm not gonna go there.
Okay.
And keep in mind, Marcus is 6'7", so it's wide open for him.
And Trigger Mike 6'3".
I'm 6 foot tall. I'm 6 foot tall. My brother's 6'4". Nah, I got the short gene. Oh, sorry. Anybody that's shorter than me, my bad. But No, I
HTTV
think
got some comments for you, Trigger Mike, because this is the second short joke he done made. And I seen
my
him
bad.
talking, and his mic just didn't come on. Unmute, bro, so you can get that.
My bad. I said short Gene. I didn't mean anything
See
by
his
it. I promise.
face.
Did y'all see? I
Look,
don't be me sending the short jokes.
I wasn't making jokes. But the worst part about it is just like Marcus said, that was my viewpoint on it. It's like I want my own family, damn it. You know what I mean? I want my kids to look like me. That's the way I saw it. And then culturally, in my culture, everybody's gonna look at you like, what's wrong with you? You know, an older man marries a single mom, like not a young man like myself when I got married. So in my culture, if you're a single mom, usually a dude who's, I'm not gonna say his wife deceased like he's super old, but yeah, some widowers, that nobody minds if they call them redeem. They'll redeem a single mom. A guy that's never been married, that's like a done well in business. Maybe he was a international businessman, comes back, tries to put down some roots. Yeah, those type of guys, marry late, they marry single moms. But at the age and the popularity I was when I was searching for a wife, like they would have been like, nigga, what's wrong with you? You got what, you know what I'm saying? You could get any woman you want, and you. So yeah, I wanted my own family from scratch to avoid that headache. There were, but like somebody said, there were women that you date. For some reason, I don't know why they can be attractive to you in a certain way, but I couldn't take it any further because that dude, you're just like, man, I don't want problems with this. Like, this dude ain't about to be he doing stupid shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just because he seen my car, now he doing stupid stuff, and nobody want to.
Like I say, the dating market would dictate that, right? So, say I was trying to date a woman that had a specific look or type that I feel is my type, and she was not jacking me without, you know what I'm saying, before the kid. If once she had the kid and she was open to date me, and I could not get her prior to that, then I guess that's what Steve Harvey did, right? He got her after she would not have messed with him originally, and she changed the standard. So if I was in a position where I didn't meet the qualifications, I would understand that and factor that in. I'm a realist and a pragmatist.
I agree with Marcus. What's the best way to put this? Flat out, some of you should be looking to date some single moms. Hear me out. If you're constantly complaining about the quality of women that are available to you, right? The fact that there are women out there who have kids may allow you to step up in the quality of women that you normally wouldn't be interested in. I mean, I'm just saying, I wouldn't take it off the table. Now, I'm married. Did my wife have had any kids before we got married? No. But I was, let's see, how old was I when I got married? Yeah, see, that's the thing. See, the longer you put it off, the longer you put off marriage, the more you're going to have to compromise. That's why I honestly say that the marrying age, I think we need to start raising our kids to be more mature so that they're ready for marriage at around 25. Because that is a good age as far as having time to set the foundation for the marriage before you run into geriatric pregnancy. So you've got a good couple of years where you and your wife can get to know each other and y'all can build whatever it is you're looking to build. Maybe it's careers, maybe it's you have a financial goal. Then you've got a couple of years where y'all can just, team up, tag team on in career mode or whatever it is to achieve that stuff. And then, when you're ready, you can go have kids. Whereas traditionally, we start looking at 30 to get married. And then before you know it, oh, well, we got to have a kid now. And there's still holes in the foundation of the marriage. And next thing you know, 3-4 years down the line, right at the 5-year mark, now we're divorced because we didn't put any kind of thought into how we wanted our lives to go. so many things wrong with that statement. And again, I said the caveat here is that you got to do a better job of raising our kids to work in cooperation with one another. And this is another example of that. When you start with the idea that, well, she had a kid, so she's off limits. This is why I say you know what, we're going to end it here because I'm going to end up going off. And this is not the place for that. First video back in a while. So we're going to end it here. And I'm going to say goes to the next time. Shout out to Marcus White. Peace.